So this is East Meets West, and today we have Coach Payne. Payne, you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Quincy, Illinois.
And what is your top lesson from the conference this year?
So my top lesson has to do with being a coffee bean. So in life, we can be one of three things. We can be a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean. When you put a carrot into a pot of boiling water, the carrot gets soft and weakened by its environment. When you put an egg in a pot of boiling water, it gets hard. But when you put a coffee bean into that same pot of boiling water, it transforms its environment, and you now have to call the water coffee. And so in life, we want to be coffee beans.
Oh, wow. That's a powerful lesson. We want to transform our environment. Yes. We need to be the change we want to see. So, Payne, thank you so much for that lesson. Hear what? Let me see your t-shirt.
Be a coffee bean.
Thank you, Payne.
Be the change.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
This is Trey from
Weatherford, Texas, and the last 3 days has just been phenomenal. And right off the bat, when they talked about maximizing our potential, the importance of being intentional, you know, we learned so much information the 3 days that we're here, but putting together an intentional game plan. What's something that we're going to use whenever we leave here? And of course, you have all kinds of options, but being intentional to maximize our potential is my greatest takeaway. And of course, I'm going to do a half-day workshop. Whenever I get home next month, I start a mastermind Wednesday whenever I get home. And so I'm being intentional about growing myself, adding value to others. Remember, you're a person of value who values people. And together, we're going to keep adding value, multiplying value to people all around us.
Yes, thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
Be intentional.
Be intentional.
So guys, be intentional. Don't just say things and wish things. Go do it.
We're going to do it. That's right. We're doers.
Doers. That's it. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Trey. So, Coach Cornelius here from
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, Coach, what was your top takeaway so far in the conference?
My top takeaway is credibility. Being authentic, being your own natural self. You know, you can't fake it till you make it. You just have to be yourself. And adding value from yourself to those that are in need. And value, you know, we're valuing people in everything that we do. So you have to be credible. You have to be credible. You have to maintain the same values throughout. You can't keep changing your mind or changing your direction. You just have to keep
I don't have
the same you.
I'm not a happy camper.
Or your, like you said, your inner message and your best message to those that you meet.
Definitely, credibility. You cannot be fake.
That's
be
it.
you.
You.
Yes, your message should be about you, and when you speak, you need to be credible. Or else no one would listen, no one will believe in you, and no one will follow you.
That's it. Well, thank you so much.
Cornelius.
All right, this is the best IMC I've been to. And I've been to a few. Keep coming back. All right, thank you.
Hey guys, this is Elisa from France. Oh wow, we have French. We have so many countries at this conference. It's amazing and great networking to learn from all these people from around the world, all these different coaches. So, Elisa, maybe you could tell me your full name.
My name is Elisa Rodrigues Vieira, but Elisa is easier.
Elisa,
I'm Brazilian, so
yes, near to my country too.
Yeah.
Yes, and what is your number one takeaway that you had from this past few days in the conference?
this is hard to pick one. But I think that based on the word that I choose for my year, the word is growth. And one of the things that we learned is from the very first day was growth is intentional, and you have to invest in yourself in order that the things will grow up. Your business will grow up, your relationships, your finances, whatever. And they also mentioned how much we have to invest in ourselves. They said 50% have to invest in yourself. So imagine you have 10 hours a week, take 5 hours investing in yourself. If you have $5,000, take 50% and invest in yourself. So it helps us to have metrics in such a way that say, am I really investing in myself as much as I want to? So that's the thing.
How much you should.
Yeah, how much you should.
Yeah, that was mind blowing because many times when you ask what what should you be doing with your time, many people invest that time doing other things other than investing into themselves.
Exactly.
And so to hear that indeed 50% of your time, your money, and what's not invest in you and building you. And we did hear that, it's growing you. Invest more into you than you're investing into your job per se.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many times we spend time training our teams, trying to speak to our clients, or trying to change our kids or husbands or whatever.
Right.
And you are the responsible for this. So change yourself first, grow first, and everything else will go.
See, that's amazing. Grow yourself, invest in you before you invest in others. Learn, grow. This is number one lesson
Yes.
coming out from this conference. It's about keep growing, keep investing into you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Elisa.
My pleasure.
I'm from Kentucky, LaGrange, Kentucky, in the United States.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So, Denise, what was your top takeaway from this conference these past couple days?
Wow. The amazing takeaway that shocked me, we were asked by one of our speakers, Becky Bursell, to name the 5 people in life that you would never want to let down or disappoint or fail to accomplish what you said you were going to do. And I'm thinking, and then she said, how many of you had yourself on that list? And it never even occurred to me to think about putting myself on that list. And I realized how impactful that is for everything in my life. Those things that I keep telling myself I want to be, do, and accomplish that don't get done because I don't value keeping my commitment to myself.
Wow.
So that's going to be, I'm going to still keep my commitment to everybody else.
Yes.
But I'm putting me on that list now.
Definitely. That's so profound, right?
Yeah.
Many of us, we always think about the other, and we forget that, you know what, I need to take care of me too.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Denise.
Thank
Awesome
you.
lesson
I'm so
today.
proud of all you are becoming as we grow together.
Thank you, Denise.
My name is Montez Jones, and one of the things that I got from the International Maxwell Conference was from Chris. He talked about vision and process. And you can have all the vision you want, but if you don't have the process in order to make that vision come alive, then you really have nothing. So I really got that from the first day of Personal Growth Day in the International Maxwell Conference. Thank you.
Hey, this is Anupama, Coach Anupama from
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yes, and Anupama, what did you learn? I know there are many takeaways during this couple days. What was your number one lesson?
I would say it is say no to the good so you can say yes to the great.
Wow.
Because I've been saying yes to everything, looking at this as opportunities, but we have only 24 hours in the day. So I realized I do need to say no to the good so that I can say yes to the great.
Wow. That is great nuggets, I would say there. Indeed,
Yes,
some
yes.
of us don't know how to say no, when to say no,
Yep.
and sometimes those are the things that are eating up your time that you could have been using that to do, something even greater.
Yes, absolutely.
So, thank you, Anupama.
Say no to the yes, no to the good so you can say yes to the great.
Yes to the great. Hear that? Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Coach Jason from
I'm from Houston, Texas right now.
Houston, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jason, what was your top lesson that you learned during this conference?
Well, one of the top lessons that I learned was from Tracy Merrill, which talked about growth. And growth is really important to me because growth happens one step, one decision at a time. My favorite quote that I always tell people is that any step in the right direction, no matter how big or small, is progress. So if you stay growth-minded, if you stay forward movement, if you're always doing something, it doesn't matter if it's just asking a question, then you're growth-minded. So that stood out to me, and I hope that adds value to you as well.
Oh, yes. Growth-minded. One step at a time.
Yes.
Yes. And what they said, that, growth doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen
You
overnight.
have to look at your daily agenda. What do you do on a daily basis? Yeah.
And one more thing that I would add to that is you have to be willing to pay the price, right? Because that's when it happens. And so we are here because we paid the price. And so that's why it stood out. You pay the price, put yourself in proximity, and then make that step, take action. That's what that means. Take action that moves you forward.
No wishing and hoping.
Yes.
Doing.
Do it. Do
Yes.
it.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Karen from
North Carolina.
Yeah. What is your top lesson, Karen?
So I would say it was from Chris Gertie. He talked about facilitation and why facilitation is important. So facilitation, like we do, it really does help people to have that shared understanding, and everyone gets to, add value to the discussion. So he talked about 3 ways to do facilitation. So the first thing is to be neutral, stay neutral. And that really helps us to be unbiased, and so we bring that to the table when we're facilitating. The second thing, what was the second thing? Let's talk about power dynamics. Power dynamics, that happens in every situation. You know that person that talks or takes over the conversation? That happens a
might
lot.
shut down the conversation.
Yes, that's right. And so with power dynamics, it's important for us as facilitators to maybe set the precedence up front that everybody gets to share, or we throw out a question and we go around the table and we make sure that everyone gets heard. And those are ways that you can overcome that power dynamics. And so that's really what I learned about facilitation.
Indeed. Because we do have people that be in the room, and because of their presence, no one wants to speak.
That's right.
Yeah. So when you're with a team and you're trying to help them think through something, indeed, you need to be mindful of what's happening in the room, who is in the room, and be able to actually maneuver around that to get everybody's input. Because you matter, and everybody in that room, opinion matters. So remember that when you're facilitating.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
So this is Dr. Jolando Headley. And from?
I'm from New York, originally from Trinidad and Tobago, but I live in New York.
Caribbean,
Caribbean girl.
So Dr. Jolando, what was your top lesson from this conference this year?
Oh yeah, my top lesson has been, are you willing to pay the price to go to where you want to go to? Are you willing to pay the price to get to the next level? And now the price doesn't always mean economics, right? It doesn't always mean money, but there are level of sacrifices that has to be intentional, and that's part of the price. But you have to be willing to pay the price to get to your next level. See, our coach and our mentor, John Maxwell, has always reminded us that it's an uphill journey. An uphill journey has to be an intentional one. It has to be one that is carefully thought out, but also one with intentionality that doesn't just happen. Good things just happen. So you have to pay the price. You have to work for it. And it's okay. You're going to get there, but pay the price. Be willing to pay the price. That's my top lesson for you today.
Definitely. Everything worthwhile in life is uphill. And you got to get out your comfort zone to be able to do that.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome.